Oh, we are here, Joel.
Oh boy.
Well, hey, a lot of people have been talking about it the last couple days. That Travis Haley video keeps on delivering.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't really know what I'm watching still. Like, I've watched it through and I'm not really sure. I mean, I think I do, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not smart enough to get it.
So for people not aware, and I'll put the link in the description again for people who want to watch it. Travis Haley put out a training video. It's like, hey, training session in 100 rounds. And just in brief, Joel, to describe what are the drills that you see in the video? Okay, I think the first 10 rounds is checking your natural point of aim or your body alignment.
Yeah,
it involves shooting with your eyes closed. I mean, it pointed at the target. It didn't look unsafe or anything.
No, it's checking your kinesthetic awareness or something. So you can close your eyes and roughly be sectored towards the target, I guess. Right?
Yes, so there was some of that. There was a lot of
there was slow motion, one shot from the draws or from the holster.
So slow motion draws. I think he called that the DeLorean drill.
Yeah, where he doesn't use a timer, but he calls like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's his timer, and he's trying to go faster each rep, but he's counting it out in his head for how fast it should go, I think.
I wasn't entirely clear, but I think they were supposed to make the draw take 5 seconds initially. And then it's something changed. I mean, and the intent of this video wasn't to explain all of these drills. I should say that. I mean, we were discussing this before. Is like in the Haley video, I don't think he's trying to explain each piece of this to you. He's just doing it like, hey, this is a quick 100-round session, and it would kind of be for people who are already up to speed on his program. But for us, just jumping in the deep end of the pool, it was just like, I don't know what the hell is happening. So anyway, there's the DeLorean drill. There's the shoot with your eyes closed drill. There was one, I forget the 3 Qs he was talking about, but it was like roll, pin, press. Was that it? Or something?
Yeah.
It was something like that.
I think it meant like prep and press, but just in his own words, I think.
But it was the gun starting at high ready, and he would kind of like grip it, present it to the target, and then fire a shot.
Yeah.
And that would seem like a lot. And then there was a lot of drawing and doing, draw and shoot 5 rounds, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Backing up from 3, 5, 7, 10, 15 yards. I think that was pretty. Oh, there was attack reloads too. A lot of reloading at the end.
Yeah.
So anyway, the reason I think that this has gotten a big reaction from our corner of Instagram, this should be like the guys who are really serious about training. This has gotten a big reaction. Mm-hmm. I have to say it. I mean, people still sending it to me, still wanting to talk about it.
Me too.
Why do you think there's such a big reaction?
Well, it seems, maybe for good reason, maybe for not, it seems very opposite to what probably common training is, or accepted, or what a lot of people, instructors included, are teaching for practice. Or maybe our circle, our group. Very opposite from what we teach.
So for us, we would have, I would say, hey, this tack reload stuff or doing reloads at the range, you got 100 rounds. You need to do that dry fire. We don't have ammo for that today. Shooting with your eyes closed or checking natural point of aim, we wouldn't do. Going to the range and doing stuff slow motion, typically wouldn't do. Going to the range and shooting 100 rounds, but doing 5, 6 different drills in the space that 100 rounds, we wouldn't do. We wouldn't recommend that. Yeah. It would be, so we're going to recommend people do just 1 or 2 drills. If it's 100 rounds, probably 1 drill at the range. We're going to recommend they do dry fire at home to work on this or that stuff. We're not going to have them do slow motion a whole lot. Probably never at the range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that kind of stuff. I mean, so a lot of the concepts or the views that we have as far as training, this video totally flies in the face of that. And I think that's why it's gotten a big reaction.
Let's break some of those down. So for example, why would you not shoot 5 or 6 drills while you're at the range?
In the space of 100 rounds?
Yes.
Yeah. So if I'm doing a drill, I want to get a lot of repetitions. That means I can shoot it like what I'm comfortable with. So let's say I'm doing doubles, for example. So it'll be draw, 4 pairs, or I'm doing rifle doubles. So I'll do 3 pairs, maybe 6 shot, strings, I'll shoot a mag at doubles. Like, let's say I want to shoot, okay, I'm going to shoot doubles like that. I'll shoot a mag at, um,
With a rifle,
typically
probably 25
I'll
plus.
start close, but let's say this day I want to start far. So I'll start at 60, do a mag of doubles, then 50 mag of doubles, 40 mag of doubles, 30 mag of doubles, 20 mag of doubles, 10 mag of doubles. So just in like just doing that progression, that ate up 180 rounds. Just to go through a progression where I would going to work closer, and the gun it's going to seem like it gets faster as I get closer, whatever, or any drill like that. We're going to shoot a high amount of repetitions on a drill just to even understand what am I comfortable doing right now? What do I think is possible to do right now? What's possible to do in the future with training? What stuff am I doing wrong on this drill when I really push myself? That kind of stuff. It takes you got to give the drill some time to breathe. You know, you got to work it for a relatively a lot of rounds. That's what we give people advice to do.
And if you do 1 repetition or 2 repetitions, it's like maybe that's your cold shooting or something like that. But that doesn't really give you a sense of trends, of issues you're having, where you're strong at, where there's a deficiency at. It doesn't give you a lot of data. It's just like, yep, I did this, I got this time. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that represents my skill level, and I don't know where to take my training from there.
Yeah, that's a fair way of putting it. So it's like the way that Travis's practice session is structured, we wouldn't really tell people to do that. I don't do that or tell people to do that, because I would say, hey, it's pretty tough to get value out of that, especially when you're at that skill plateau. So you've been training for a while, you get to a certain level of comfort and competence, and it kind of levels off. It takes really directed, specific effort to break through those plateaus. Just going and shooting more typically isn't going to do it, especially not when you're well inside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, doing something like that or 6 drills would be maybe a way to maintain, or just to feel competent. You're like, hey, I did the drills, I could still do it, that kind of thing. But it's not, I don't think it's a way to gain skill or to get better.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think somebody's going to get a lot better doing that. The other stuff,
slow motion. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about slow motion. So the slow motion stuff showed in there. I'm not a huge fan of slow motion. Why? Because it tends to change what people are doing. You know, it's like it actually changes the technique in really subtle ways. So let's say you have some comfortable draw speed. As soon as you start doing it slow, like a draw speed that you perceive as slow motion, probably you're going to change some stuff you're doing. Probably, even unintentionally. All right. So and then the other thing is, if you're doing stuff slow, we know through experience that's not the way to get fast. Right? You don't get fast by doing it slow. Now, slow motion has a place, or even just taking the time limits away. If you're learning to draw your gun, or you're learning a new technique, or you're trying to change your grip or whatever, taking the timer away, letting yourself do it a little slow so you can get comfortable with whatever you're doing, that is good. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And you could probably do that at home without ammunition, just to learn the mechanics of moving your hands, reloading the gun, whatever.
Yeah, but once you get competent with a technique, you're not really going to get faster at it by just doing it, or by doing it slow. You're going to have to push yourself to do it faster outside of your comfort zone. So that's why, I mean, the slow motion stuff, we're really not huge fans of it. And at the most basic level, when you slow down your shooting, it makes everything easier. And it kind of, it changes what you're doing. So where if you're shooting really fast, you're kind of doing that aggressive slap on the trigger, and you want to do that without moving the gun. Now you can shoot slower. Well, now you have a really slow controlled press, and now you're putting all the bullets in the middle, but you're not really solving the problem that you have, right? Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. That's what we see. So we're not huge fans of the slow motion.
Yeah, I mean, an easy comparison is like, I use driving. There's a lot of autocross or carryover between driving and shooting, of course, but be like driving around your neighborhood. It'd be a way different than if you had a Mach 1 and you're no lift shifting it and you're pounding through all the gears.
Wow, look at you.
That would be way different driving experience than shifting it 2,500 or 3,000 RPM, just driving around the neighborhood, or, just taking it easy on a side road. Like, okay, a couple things. The vehicle handles way differently. Your reactions to the amount of input you give into the steering wheel is going to make the car behave differently. Your reflexes are going to be like, all this stuff changes. It's a way different experience. So doing like the slow driving is not going to help you with the fast driving. If you want to be good at the fast driving, you're going to have to practice the fast driving. If you want to be good at shooting fast, you are going to have to shoot fast. If you want to have a fast draw in dry fire, you are going to have to work on moving your hands faster, beating a par time, whatever, trying to be fast. Slowing down and doing deliberate draws is not going to make you fast.
Yeah. Let's talk about another thing in the Travis video, and that would be the assessment of it. Now, number one, there was not a timer used. Okay, so for us, that's a big tool that you can use to help assess stuff. But then the thing that jumped out at me at the end of the session was, I think there was one bullet where he didn't want it on the target, and I think that's like, that is not how we look at training. So, for example, if I finish a training session for the day and the target looks like crap, like there's hits all over the place on it, looks like a shotgun, I don't view that as a bad thing.
Oh.
And flipping it around, if I finish a session, all the hits are in the middle of the target, I don't view that as a good thing. Not necessarily, right?
Well, let's talk about.
It's just that I was really comfortable with what I was doing. Is it when they're all in the middle?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's places we've both been to where like mistakes are stigmatized. Making a mistake, shooting a Charlie or a Delta makes you a bad person or something. But that's not the case. If you make a mistake, like, I don't really care. But
you are a bad person.
Well, I'm a bad person too. But can you tell me what happened? Yes, on the third shot in, I felt my hand clamp down, and I felt my entire, firing hand push into the gun, trying to stop it from recoiling. That's a really good observation, and that's going to go a long way towards fixing that.
Yeah. No, I mean, is it fair to say the Travis Haley video is 180 degrees the opposite of what we've been telling people to do for the last few years?
It is, and that's why people send it to us. And I mean, there's people in the comments. It's like, hell yeah, brother. I'm gonna do this my next trip or whatever. And that's like, that would be people probably on the opposite end of the spectrum from where we are. That maybe interpret that for however you want to. But everyone has their own experiences and their own way they like to train.
All right, now I want to change the subject a little bit, because I just posted a video up on Instagram. I thought it was interesting. It's of I'm told it's a SIG 320, but it's of a pistol discharging when it's in a cop's holster. Now he happens to be arresting somebody, I believe. It looks like in a government building or something, but he's like arresting somebody at the time, so it's kind of freaky. But the gun goes off in the holster.
Probably reloads or bad ammo.
Now you make that joke. That's why I wanted to bring this up. Like, talking about the SIG 320 thing has been a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
And those would be like, so just to be clear, that's a gun that I'm predisposed to like. Like, I want to like the gun. Mm-hmm. I handle the grip and, look at the gun. Like, yep. I mean, I like the feel of it. I would like it.
I can shoot it pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's been some issues, right? So there's something happening where the SIGs blow up, and the joke that you said, hey, it's bad ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's why I like talking about the SIG stuff, because I want the hey, it's bad ammo people to come out. Like Bruce Gray, like coming and talking and saying, hey, this is ammo, it's causing these guns to blow up. Like, I love watching that conversation happen, because you'll have people that have a financial interest in essentially, I don't know, telling you that black is white. And I really enjoy watching them do that dance. So
I know you do.
I love it. I love it so much. So we're going to see more of this probably in the future, but like there's lawsuits ongoing with the SIG stuff still. I don't think this is going to stop, but there appears to be some kind of problem, or a series of, I think there's probably more than one problem with the SIGs. And I'm going to enjoy watching people explain how it's not what it is. it's
real talk though. That's super scary. Or like if you carry that gun appendix or whatever, I mean,
yeah, it's terrible.
How, yeah.
That's terrifying. You look at it like, now I've actually seen this. I've seen a gun go off in someone's holster and injure them. And it was like, again, it was like something
Was it cook off or something or what?
I don't know. I mean, like, I could tell you what I think it was, but I don't really know. I mean, I'd tell you that, like, like I was watching this and I saw it happen and didn't believe my own eyes. Because it's like the gun goes off and you're like, no, but that can't, like, guns don't just go off in the holster. But then you look at the holster and like the holster's all blown out. Like, no, the gun definitely went off in the holster. But then I'm thinking, like, but how could this be? Like, this can't, it's a weird situation. Like, like, even witnessing it, like, and I know what I saw, I still couldn't believe what I saw because it didn't make any sense. Because I've been taught that guns don't just go off by themselves.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they do sometimes, occasionally. I don't know. Yeah. So I can't. We're gonna find out more about that. I'm sure I'll put up a video or two when we get some more details on these SIGs going off in holsters. And again, it'll be fun to watch Bruce Gray explain, oh, it's ammo, it's this and that, or it's the, I don't know, it's the way the tides are, some shit. I don't know.
I can only imagine
we will see.
The clickbait title you're going to determine for this one. I just can't wait.
The clickbait title?
Yeah.
Let's call this Joel dumps on Travis Haley. Joel Park personally attacks Travis Haley plus SIG 320 info.
People are going to believe that when they read it. Also, if they've listened this long, we just dropped a class dump for a full class on YouTube. So if you'd like something helpful,
it's on this channel.
It's on this channel. Something helpful to direct your training towards. Doesn't cost you any money. Check it out. Hopefully it gives you some things to practice or think about when you are training, hopefully in fast motion, not slow motion.
Or at least just regular motion.
Or regular motion, whatever. You can speed up your video too. That's cool.
Yeah, anyway. All right. So questions, comments, put it down below. Anyone else you want Joel to personally attack? I'm sure he'll take care of that.